Uh, Hello, what's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean bro. Today is 2022, October 10th. Hmm. Let's look at today's article, okay? Clorox pandemic gains have been blotched. Time to get back in. Russia strikes Kyiv, multiple Ukrainian cities, many dead. Airbus Air France face criminal trial over Rio Paris crash. Former Fed Chair Bernanke shares Nobel for research on banks. Russia blasts Kyiv, other Ukrainian cities in deadly strikes. German expert panel proposes two-stage gas price subsidy. Protest in Iran over a woman's death reach key oil industry. Two regional banks with sector-beating price performance. Could be the crash of the pound caused the Fed to blink on rates. We don't have that many interesting articles in marketbeat.com. We'll just look at it briefly, okay? And starting from today, I'll be reading articles from Wall Street Journal too, because Wall Street Journal is like the source that gives you deep insights of stock market. While I'm reading a Yahoo Finance article or like MarketBeat article, of course I can get some information from what's going on in stock market. But like if I read Wall Street Journal continuously, it will give me deeper insights. So it's the decision that I just made. Airbus Air France faced criminal trial over Rio Paris crash. Airbus and Air France went on trial on manslaughter charges Monday over the crash of a Rio de Janeiro, the Paris flight in 2009 that plunged into the Atlantic amid thunderstorms, killing all 228 people aboard and leading to changes in air safety regulations. Okay. The worst plane crash in Air France history killed people of 33 nationalities and families from around the world are among the plaintiffs in the case. They fought for more than a decade to see the case come to trial. It's very important that we made it to the trial stage. 13 years of waiting, it is almost inhuman, said German Bernard Gans, who lost his daughter in the crash. Another man came to the trial with a cardboard sign reading, "French justice, 13 years too late." Airbus CEO Galan Flora and Air France CEO were among those at the courthouse Monday. Both companies denied criminal wrongdoing, though the Air France has already compensated families of those killed. So companies Airbus and Air France, they're facing criminal, of course, compensation. In this article, it says that they're compensated for. Mm, mm, uh, Air France has already compensated families of those killed, compensated family of those killed. But like, it's a tragedy, and there's gotta be like a trial, and it's ongoing process, and 13 years have passed since then, so people are saying much about it. Still, the families see the trial itself as important after their long quest for justice, and aviation industry experts see it as an insignificant for learning lessons that could prevent future crashes. So people think that there's gotta be like something like like regulation or like justice, so that in the future it won't happen again. Mm. Russia strikes Kyiv, multiple Ukrainian cities, many dead. Russia unleashed a lethal barrage of strikes against multiple Ukrainian cities Monday. Wow. On Monday, okay. Smashing civilian targets, including downtown Kyiv, where at least 8 people were killed amid burnt out cars and shattered buildings. That brought back into focus the grim reality of war after months of easing tensions in the capital. So, for a moment, it, it just I feel like that the war has ended, but it's not totally over. It's still ongoing process. Russia still strikes Kyiv, where a lot of people live in Ukraine cities. So like mm, after months of easing tensions in capital, people are still, you know, they have to be aware. Russian President Vladimir Putin, whose forces invaded a neighboring Ukraine on February 24th, said the strikes were retaliation for what he called Kyiv's terrorist actions. Okay. A reference to Ukraine's attempts to repel Moscow's invasion force and cripple their supply lines. The actions he referred to include an attack last weekend on a key bridge between Russia and the annexed Crimean Peninsula, which is oppressed by the Kremlin. Hmm. So, like, was it like a couple of days ago? There was a crash at bridge located at Crimean Peninsula, and and it's in line with that. Russia strike for retaliation purpose. Okay. Airbus Air France faced criminal trial over Rio Paris crash. Former Fed Chair Bernanke shares Nobel for research on banks. Former U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Ben Bernanke, who put his academic expertise on the Great Depression to work reviving the American economy after the 2007-2008 financial crisis, won the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences along with two other U.S.-based economists for the research into the fallout from the bank failures. Bernanke was recognized Monday along with Douglas W. Diamond and Philip H. Stave. The Nobel panel at the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences in Stockholm said the trio's research has shown why avoiding bank collapse is vital. Hmm. What other findings in the early 1980s, the laureates laid the foundations for regulating financial markets, the panel said. Financial crisis and depression are kind of the worst thing that can happen to the economy, said John Hassler of the Committee for the Prize in Economic Sciences. These things can happen again, and we need to have an understanding of the mechanism behind those and what to do about it. And the laureates this year provide that. Mhm. Okay, I get it. So like this guy named what is it? Bernanke, former Fed Chair Bernanke, he won Nobel Prize because he did some research on Great Depression and what we have to do about it. Mm. Russia blasts Kyiv, other Ukrainian cities in deadly strikes. Okay. What is this about? Protesting Iran over woman's death risks key oil industry. Workers at the site of a major complex of refineries crucial for Iran's massive offshore natural gas field protested Monday over the death of a 22-year-old woman. Online videos appeared to show. The demonstrations had also marked the first time the unrest surrounding the death of Mahsa Amini threatened the coffers of Iran's long-sanctioned theocratic government, its oil and gas industry. Could the crash of the pound cause the Fed to blink on rates? The British pound fell to 37-year lows in reaction to the new UK government economy stimulus plan. Markets believe the plan would backfire, as raised its already high 9.9% inflation rate. The UK government cancelled its planned tax cuts for the top earner to appease the public and the markets. Could the Fed blink as well if soaring yields pose a systematic threat or contagion? Crash of the pound caused the Fed to blink on rates. Tax cuts. Bank of England. Well, something a lot is going on with Bank of England and pound crash of the pound. Okay, let's briefly go over to Yahoo Finance. We got a lot of things to read tonight, so 3 reasons your money is at risk the rest of October. Okay, stock futures sleep to start busy week of earnings. Okay. Stocks poised to open lower on Monday. The most powerful buyers and traders are all bailing at once. Semiconductor stock tumbles after U.S. announced new chip restrictions. Kathy Wood warns over serious losses in automobile debt. Netflix advertising is critical to driving revenue, analyst says. Okay. Walmart makes a huge grocery move. Amazon drops key technology. Nine tempting stocks burn over eager deep buyers every time. Taiwan semi stock face headwinds. Why the analyst says it's still a buy. China says Biden new chip technology curves will harm recovery. Okay. Twitter asked and Credit Suisse stocks that they find a way. Stocks tumble after jobs data. Stock slide after jobless claim rise. Stock traders dive into boom or bust options. Stock climb for second day. U.S. stocks rally to start new quarter. Credit Suisse seeks to calm market jitters. Investors aren't betting on post-midterm rally. Stocks fall as the bond yields resume climb. Chinese EV market limo to flops in Hong Kong market debut. These four stocks could triple your money over the next decade. Two growth stocks that could beat the market over the next 5 years. Three top old stocks about an obvious latest move. It is smart to invest in the stock market right now. From Warren Buffett and Peter Lynch, three monster growth stocks that can turn $200,000 to $1 million by 2032. Top stocks to buy, investing in growth stocks, invest in dividend stocks, how to invest in stocks. Okay, let's start reading articles, okay? Three reasons why your money is at risk for the rest of October. Morning breath, let's see. Okay. Today's newsletter is by Brian Sozzi, an editor at large, and anchor at Yahoo Finance. Follow Sozzi on Twitter, okay? The money you have invested in the stock market is at big risk of being further vaporized in the remaining weeks of October, okay? That's not a scare tactic. You share this newsletter with the five friends. It's just the assessment of one person who has been doing this close to 20 years now. I think investors took too many hits on the hopium pipe. During the 2-day rip your face off rally to start the fourth quarter. Now it's reality check time again. As the high wears off, here are a few risks bearing towards you. Inflation data, okay. Raw earnings numbers. Executive tone. Okay. So there are a lot of factors that can possibly make my stock at risk for the rest of October. Okay, get it? For the rest of October, my money is at risk. Okay. Let's see, what are the causes? Inflation data first. This week, inflation data in the form of the consumer price index, the producer price index, and price expectations form the University of Michigan's consumer sentiment survey are coming out. The CPI report is arguably the most important at the moment as investors look for signs that inflation is cooling at the hands of the Fed's aggressive rate hikes. Okay. The CPI report is arguably the most important at the moment. As investors look for signs that inflation is cooling at the hands of the Fed's aggressive rate hikes. The problem is that CPI report isn't expected to slow much on a month-to-month basis. Okay, we look at CPI when trading stock, and people look at CPI because once there's a signal on CPI, that's the point where we think, oh, it's time to get in. But CPI shows there's no slow movement in CPI. So core inflation continues to build significant momentum. Okay. Wells Fargo economist Sarah Harris pointed out in a client note, a turn that sets the table for a harsh market reaction, like what we saw on Friday to a too hot September jobs report. Raw earnings numbers. Yeah, we have inflation data, and raw earnings numbers. Warnings in recent weeks from AMD, Micron, Yahoo Finance highlight how crappy this earnings seasons will be. The negative reactions to those warnings underscore how the market hasn't truly priced in downside risk from the stronger dollar, so high inflation, and the higher cost of capital. The ugliness of those top and bottom lines could surprise investors, even when considering expectations have been marked lower. Consensus expect 3% year-over-year EPS growth for S&P 500 companies. The negative reactions to those warnings underscore how the market hasn't truly priced in downside risk from the stronger dollar, so high inflation, and the higher cost of capital. So basically, the next point is um, warnings in recent weeks from a lot of good companies. It's not really mm, truly priced in downside. It's not truly priced in downside risk. It's not done yet. So it's the next factor. And the one we have is next is executive tone. If you hate listening to earning calls, suck it up and get on them this earning season. The economy is downshifting and you need every clue possible on companies to survive. Suck it up. Listening to earning calls, suck it up and get on them this earning season. The economy is downshifting and you need every clue possible on companies to survive. I think the tones and conference calls will be decidedly bearish. Two good points on this one from Goldman Sachs. Okay, so for the rest of October, what's for sure is my money is a risk, but it's what I gotta take for granted because I'm like long-term investor. Okay. Okay, next, stock poised open lower on Monday. Just skip. Semiconductor stocks tumble after U.S. announces new chip restrictions. What's like a short-term thingy? The restrictions that they impose. Um, it's not like it's gonna last forever. It's like temporary thing because Biden administration will be working for only 4 years, and after that, some other president will take their place, and another policy will be demonstrated, right? So, shares in chip makers across the globe fell Monday after President Joe Biden unveiled new restrictions on semiconductor exports to China, the world's second largest economy. Chip makers across the globe fell Monday after President Joe Biden unveiled new restrictions on semiconductor exports to China. Chinese makers of chips, including Semiconductor Manufacturing International and Hua Hong Semiconductor, fell in Hong Kong trading U.S. Semiconductor. Shares also fell. Hmm. So along with Joe Biden's new restriction, every stock prices of semiconductor companies went down altogether. It's not only China but also United States. The U.S. action is designed to slow China's technological advances and wrest back as much of the industry as possible onshore. Under the new rules, U.S. firms must stop supplying Chinese companies with equipment that make advanced chips unless they first obtain a license. So, uh, it looks like new restriction has got to do with license. Unless they have a license, they cannot get what they want. China cannot get what they want. Biden in the past has cited concern that advanced computing technologies could be used for military purposes. Analysts said the moves are just the latest escalation in a tech cold war between the US and China. Mm. Netflix advertising is critical to driving revenue, analyst says. Myself also invested some money into Netflix. Let's see. Netflix will be launching a less expensive and ad-supported tier for customers. And the debate on Wall Street as to how helpful this will be for the streaming giant continued on Monday. Decided to offer a cheaper ad-supported option for customers after losing 200,000 viewers in the March quarter. Then the subscriber count in the June quarter was down 970,000. The continued loss in subscribers comes during a time of economic uncertainty for many U.S. households, as inflation continues to soar and fears of a recession loom. Hmm. Continue the loss in subscribers. So I get it. Netflix is like the one of services I use in my home, and I honestly think that um it's worth subscribing it because every member of my families is using it, and it's it's fun watching it. But recently, I noticed that there are articles about the loss of subscribers, uh, and Netflix came up with this new kind of service, and it's a much cheaper service because probably they must have felt that they are having crisis, not like crisis, but like they're having difficulty sustaining subscribers, and it is ad supported service, cheaper ad supported option, cheaper and ad supported option. Okay. Walmart makes a huge grocery move. Amazon drops key technology. Huge grocery move. What move did they make? Usually Amazon is a tech leader, but Walmart may actually have an edge that will help customers get what they want faster. Wow. Yeah, because Walmart is like near you. and like they provide pretty much everything. Whereas of course Amazon provides everything, but um, Walmart is like the grocery store that you go to um, like every once in a while. Not every once in a while, like at least a few times a week. Few times a week. But and that's like the place where you feel you get what you want faster, a lot faster. Because just by ordering something, it would take a day or two. But like if you go to just grocery store near your hometown, you can just get it for like in 30 minutes or so because it's right there, right? Hmm. It's a key difference here. Makes a huge gross move. Amazon drops key technology. So what is it here? Amazon has set the standard for delivery and fulfillment. Before the online letter declared that free 2-day shipping would be the minimum, there was no real set policy for delivery. No real set policy. Basically, if companies even had a website, they charged customers for shipping and items arrived whenever they arrived. Okay. That has, of course, changed, and Amazon has pushed expectations from 2-day to same day in many cases. Okay. Walmart has spent billions following Amazon's lead. The brick and mortar chain hasn't quite been able to match Amazon, but it has made a 2-day delivery a standard, while also doubling down on curbside pickup. Delivery has become an arms race with both companies looking for an advantage. That normally means that Amazon pushes the edge of what's possible, while Walmart tries to leverage the advantage of its huge physical presence. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Well, there you go. Physical presence best describes Walmart. Now, Amazon has actually suffered delivery setback, while Walmart may have bought itself an advantage. Technology setback. Amazon has tried a lot of ideas when it comes to getting packages to customers faster. Some have been implausible. Drones are going to be of limited use, no matter how much money the company spends on them. Uh, while others have been hit or miss. Now, the retailer has ended one of its technology based programs that was designed to help last mile delivery. Amazon is ending its field test of autonomous delivery robot Scout. The company is reorienting the program after certain aspects failed to meet customers' needs. Okay, Amazon takes a technology step back. So they had like a technology named Scout, and Scout was originally made for making delivery faster, but then it failed to do it because of current technology is not at the level where it could um, support. So I think that's one of the reasons Amazon takes a technology step back. And what's about Walmart? Let's look at Walmart case. Walmart doubles down on technology. We all know that physical presence is key for Walmart. Walmart has a huge advantage over Amazon when it comes to same day grocery delivery or pickup, given its massive physical footprint. Yes. Filling these orders, however, takes tens of thousands of people. Hmm. Now, the chain has made a major purchase to help get those orders filled faster. A robotics automation company that develops material handling technology for automating order fulfillment in retail supply chains. Hmm. So I see a competition going on between Walmart and Amazon, and Amazon takes a step back, but Walmart is doing something great with the company named what is it? Alerts. Okay. Hmm. Okay, let's read this one. This one is an interesting article. You know, some say it's hard to time mm, when you should buy, uh, but um, buying is much easier than selling because uh, you know that specific moment where you have to buy, but then it's hard for you to know when to sell because um, once you buy, it's hard to time it perfectly. And never mind, it's both are the same. Uh, the difficulty level in terms of buying and selling, they're both the same. Anyway, let's start reading it and see what this author says about it. Knowing when to sell stocks for gains is critical to practitioners of IBD's Keynesian principles. Certainly, uncertainty about how much in gains stock a holder might leave on the table makes this aspect of the game more difficult than initially thought. Hmm. Oh, come on. I think this is commercial. Ugh. Let's skip. Now we are going over to the Molly Fool. Okay, these four stocks could triple your money over the next decade. Companies that can deliver high returns over long periods can make investors a lot of money. While it's difficult to predict the future, several companies have lots of growth lined up. That puts them in an excellent position to triple their investors' money in the next 10 years. Matthew D. Lalo, Senior Energy and Materials Specialist with the Motley Fool. He graduated from Liberty University with a degree in Biblical Studies and Master's of Business Administration. Okay. We have since he's an expert in energy, I assume that all the companies he recommends are energy companies. Brookfield Infrastructure, Enbridge, Prologis, and Next Era Energy. Indeed, they are all energy companies. Hmm. Next we have is Popmatic and Block. Popmatic is ideally positioned to grow revenue as its customers reduce their integrations with smaller competitors. Block hopes to accelerate the international expansion of its Cash App ecosystem, which comes with compelling profit margins. Each has a path toward grabbing a larger portion of its respective market. Okay, the statistician in me says that U.S. stock market will be markedly higher for 5 years from now, based on around 100 years of data. That's what the odds point to. Depending on who you ask, the average bear market, a stock market decline of 20% or more, lasts between 9 and 12 months. We're roughly in that range now. John Quest. Mm, okay. Podmatic and Block are two companies I believe could get the job done. Okay. There are only a few public digital advertising companies. Digital advertising companies, Podmatic, including demand side platforms like the Trade Desk and supply side platforms like Podmatic. Demand side platforms, the Trade Desk, and supply side platforms like Podmatic. There are scores of privately held players on both sides of the business, and they're all vying for the same customers. The space is far more competitive than investors might think, and market share is important. One way Podmatic is growing is through supply path optimization. Supply path optimization, okay. Brands and publishers tend to work with dozens of ad tech companies at the same time. Brands and publishers tend to work with dozens of ad tech companies. And working with scores of ad companies can decrease an ad company's effectiveness by lowering its targeting capabilities. Scores of ad companies can decrease an ad campaign's effectiveness. Hmm. Publishers look to Podmatic to improve their ads performance with supply path optimization. Supply path optimization. I don't know how effective it is when you use the service they provide, but they have like a supply point of view, supply path optimization. By way of example, Podmatic expanded its supply path optimization deal with advertising and communications company Harvest Media Group on August 17. Later at the Everscore, management said expansion deals like these often take companies like Harvest from around 10 supply side platforms to just two or three, of which Podmatic is the preferred provider. This helps the company gain market share. Okay. Mm, hmm. Well, let's see. Podmatic. Okay. I'll read this in detail. Okay. Block global expansion is revving up. Through the first half of 2022, revenue for financial technology company Block has fallen by 14% from the comparable period of 2021. However, its revenue from international markets rose a whopping 132%, showing the importance of its global expansion. Take that growth rate with a small grain of salt because not all of Block's international revenue growth was organic. The company is basically trying to build its cash ecosystem, what it calls a social money network, and so that it doesn't matter where users are in the world or what currency they're using, they'll be able to send funds back and forth without friction. Okay. And it believes Afterpay will propel it toward this dream. Cash app services and products in different markets, of which by now, Pay Later is one. As it backfill existing markets with additional products, management believes it will see strong adoption due to network effects. People will want to use Cash App more and more because of how comprehensive it is and how many other people are already using it. Okay, so this author strongly believes that they got what it takes. Mm. And he really believes that they're worth buying it today. Mm. Okay, this is it for today, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Okay.